Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another session of Livewire. I am your host for today, Jordan Harris, and I have the great pleasure of being joined by Malin Pereira and Zach Tarleton. So thank you both for joining us.
Glad to.
All right, so I feel like at the beginning of every academic year as an employee, I have something of a checklist that I go through. So students are back, check. Football's underway, check. It's officially fall and it feels like it, check plus. And the next big thing that's going to touch all employees is the Giving Green campaign. So can you guys give us a little scoop? What is the Giving Green campaign?
The Giving Green campaign is an annual campus-wide initiative. It's aimed at working on the employees and helping them to give back to the university and other partner organizations.
Right, great.
And that it's centralized makes it really convenient so that 3 different ways that you can give are sort of compartmentalized in one place.
Okay, so you mentioned the university is one way that people can donate and participate with. What's the other 2 groups?
Do you want to go first?
One of them is the Arts and Science Council. That's one way to give. And then there's also a lot of different agencies that participate in the State Employees Combined campaign.
Okay, great. So I think one thing that is beginning to trend that we're all probably seeing is that workplace giving initiatives are becoming very popular. And then also this idea of corporate social responsibility is also becoming popular. So it's pretty awesome that UNC Charlotte provides this opportunity to our employees to be connected with the community through volunteering and donating, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think there are so many ways in which staff and faculty and already give in so many ways, both to the university but also to their communities. And this is just a way to have it be representative of what the university is already doing in a way.
Good deal. So you guys are actually part of the Giving Green campaign. Malin, you're kind of partnering up with Jim Hoppa to be the face of the campaign, but Zach, you're part of a 19-person crew, and you are a unit-based champion. So you're coming back this year for the second time. Why was it important for you to step up and be a champion? And also, what does it mean to be a Giving Green champion?
What it means to be a Giving Green champion is basically to be a liaison for your college department unit to basically be the face of the campaign at a local level, as far as somebody that they probably know, see around the hallway, to just encourage them to support Giving Green, remind them of different ways that they can give, either monetary or even through volunteering that I know we'll talk about later. For me, it was also important just to step up because our college, a lot of times, we don't necessarily have the best participation in Giving Green, so it's important to me to kind of step it up, give it a little bit more of a face, also remind them they can give back to their own department, their own units, their own scholarship funds to really further a lot of the research they're doing, as well as just, personal causes they might already fund that they could support through Giving Green.
Good deal. All right, now, Malin, you're in a unique situation.
Yes.
You're, like I said, the face of the campaign along with Jim Hoppa. So you're coming from the perspective of never participating in Giving Green, and yet you've put yourself in this position to be a high-impact player.
Yes.
So
Yes.
why did you decide to do that?
Well, I'm a convert. As a faculty member, I never really understood what the Giving Green campaign was. But coming over to run the Honors College 3 years ago, one of the things that happened, probably my second year, is I started noticing that gifts were being given by faculty and staff to the Honors College. And so I see that spreadsheet. I think it comes every 2 weeks. And I was thinking, wow, and of course I wrote people thank you notes, thanking them so much, but that we had people on campus who were starting to donate to the Honors College, it blew my mind. And it made me really feel excited about the support that the Honors College was getting from our colleagues. So I thought, well, maybe I need to put my money where my mouth is.
Nice.
and I haven't decided actually whether I'm going to donate to the Honors College or whether I'm going to pick something else. I have a lot of fondness for several Arts and Science Council projects. So I don't know where I'm going to put my money, but it's because I saw other people doing it that I thought, I need to start doing this.
So coming from the perspective of faculty members, you guys are strapped for resources, you're here all the time, you have your own papers and research that you want to do as well. So how would you motivate your peers and colleagues? How would you approach them about participating in Giving Green at any level?
I think it's important to acknowledge that faculty have given and continue to give a huge amount to the university. The university has fabulous staff and fabulous students, but you don't have a university without faculty. So the first thing I would say is I acknowledge that faculty already give a substantial amount of their energy and their resources. There are a lot of people who print out stuff on their own printers and then bring it to campus to hand out. So I get that. I think, though, what Zach said about how you can target your giving to the things you're most passionate about in your department or in other departments, to me, that's a real selling point. The other one is it doesn't have to be a lot of money, and you can do it on payroll deduction, which is frankly how I would rather do it myself.
Right.
So you can spread it
out.
out. And you can do a little bit, and a little bit goes a long way. And by the way, just so people know, the person who gets the spreadsheet never sees what you give. So that is, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, $10 to the Honors College. No, I have no idea what people give. But I do know that they give,
Right.
and I am really appreciative.
And it's just the idea, the fact that they are giving back to you guys.
And the third thing I would say is that if you wanted to give to the Arts and Science Council or the SECC, you can be giving through this initiative to organizations you're already giving to. So, for example, I've given to a particular dog rescue, which, if I remember right, is on that list for the SECC. Well, or the Humane Society is. I could, instead of doing my own independent giving, I could give it through that. And then it creates this recognition of this body of people at the university. And I think public perceptions of the university can be impacted by this sort of campaign.
I agree with you 100% on that. Now, Zach, what about, let's say I'm a colleague, I'm in arts and architecture, and I'm like, Zach, I just don't want to participate at all. What would be your message to your colleagues to get them excited at participating in the campaign at any level?
I think one of the things I would start with encouraging them is to take a look at the organizations through SECC in particular that they might already be supporting, like Malin mentioned. That's really how I started getting involved, was that I noticed that the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation was on the list, the Carolinas chapter. And as someone who was diagnosed with Crohn's 10 years ago, it was very meaningful to me, and it was awesome to see that they were participating. I could give back to them through that in ways I had already been giving, in years previously, but I could support them through Giving Green. And as a way just to use my personal story to connect to those colleagues that might have had family members, with breast cancer or other organizations that they could support, just to remind them just to, hey, you can still participate without having to feel like you're just giving money back to the university. You can also support other organizations as well, and encourage them to get involved that way first. And maybe that might be a stepping stone in future years to start to look at ways they can give back to the university.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a pretty perfect recipe. So one, there are multiple entities you can donate to, like over 1,000 that you can donate to. So find something that might interest you. Mm-hmm. 2, find something that might affect you or your family, and then maybe try to connect with them that way. Mm-hmm. And then I guess 3 would be just maybe giving back to your department or giving back to the university or something that's like very important to you in the university world. So that's pretty solid. I'm kind of excited about the idea of you guys kind of pushing the numbers up a little bit more. No pressure whatsoever, though, by the way. Sorry about that. So I think what we're going to talk about is that there's been a pretty big change in how Giving Green has been going on lately. Last year, I think we had the Carnival Circus theme. This year, what's the theme?
Hollywood.
Hollywood. All right, good deal. So what can we expect to see with this campaign with the Hollywood theme?
Well, I thought I might be invited to wear a ball gown or something, like red carpet worthy.
That would be great if we had that option.
But I don't have any of those in my closet, and so I won't be doing that. But what we can look forward to is at the event itself is a lot of, there's a donation station, is that what we're talking about right now, where you can go and immediately donate. And then there's raffle prizes that are associated with that for people who have donated right at the event.
Good deal. And then, so when we're at the kickoff, which is next Tuesday, September 29th, from 12 to 1 in the SAC food court, you'll have your donation station. You'll also have, I think, quite a few of nonprofit agencies that come out. The importance of them coming out is what, you guys, for our employees to see them and try to get their story, connect with them.
I think it's important just for them to be visible to other staff and faculty when they're actually here at the kickoff, to remind them that, oh, these places exist, there are ways I can get involved, and also just for them to have kind of a tangible element there as far as, if they bring brochures with them, like I know the Arts and Science Council always has material with them, so they can actually bring something back to their office and research and read more about it.
Okay, good deal. So I think what we're going to do now is head over to the website, because I know it's revamped. right here is the Giving Green website, givinggreen.uncc.edu. And one thing I know that was added this year is a campaign champions page. And that's a little snippet of you guys, Malin. I know.
That picture's way out of date. I didn't pick it.
Well,
but that's okay.
Good news is that you look exactly the same.
Thank you. Right.
So we have Jim Hoppa and Malin, both the co-chairs of the campaign. And then also we have all 19 champions. And it's pretty much just their name and what units they represent here on campus. So it's a great way to add an additional face and another layer to the Giving Green campaign, because I think there might be at times employees feel like it's just the man behind the curtain, it's the Wizard of Oz asking them to participate. So
I liked the individual tidbits or stories. I mean, it wasn't full enough to be a story really, but just the windows that I got into each person's reason for being a champion. And that was one of the first things I asked Zach when we were coming in here, is why did he get involved as a champion? So I thought it was very interesting, and it added a nice personal touch.
exactly, yeah. You can't go wrong with a personal touch. And then here we go. Here is the kickoff website. So anybody that has not signed up for the Giving Green kickoff, please do so. It should be a very fun event. Zach will be walking around doing the Charleston in a top hat.
Sure, yep.
Well.
But like we mentioned, it's next Tuesday, September 29th from noon to 1 p.m. in the SAC Food Court. All you have to do is sign up here and you will get your VIP pass to the event. And then one major thing that is changing this year is how we do Volunteer Week, which is no longer Giving Green Volunteer Week. It's actually volunteer activities. I think one of the things a lot of employees had trouble with when it came to participating in volunteering was that they only had a week to do it and it never fit their calendars. So it looks like this year they've spread the love around and have offered volunteer activities throughout the month. So are any of these kind of pitting you guys initially off the bat? You're hoping that you'll be able to make it for registering for?
I'll wrestle you for our Actors Theater of
Actors
Charlotte.
Theater,
And I know the honors students have done a lot with Habitat, so that might be another one that honors in particular might want to be part of.
Good deal.
It looks like, too, they're at different days and times, and that's really helpful, I think, to people. It's so hard to fit things onto your calendars sometimes.
I know, especially for faculty, they can't really say, yes, I can do this. You have class, you have office hours, you have like so many other responsibilities that getting away and using that 24 hours of volunteer leave time that we all get is kind of hard for them.
Well, faculty, 9-month faculty do not have to, that's for 12-month faculty. So faculty don't have those hours they have to fill. We don't fill out timesheets.
So you guys are just good to go.
No, well, we're still busy. But actually, I was going to express sympathy for staff because I know, for example, my admin in the Honors College, I mean, she comes in at 7:30 in the morning and she leaves a little bit earlier then so she can get home to her kids, and then she's driving her kids all over. So sometimes volunteering is very difficult, but something this flexible would be something that might be a little bit more available to people who have those kind of schedules.
All right, good deal.
Staff can also use their community service hours as well to participate in those volunteer activities. So that way, that also they don't necessarily have to take, a lot of vacation time out of the office. They can use those community service hours as well.
And that's definitely a plus, because if you're going to be out the office, you want to make sure that you're using the right hours to do so, and you don't want to be penalized for volunteering, for connecting with the community.
No bonus leave this year, so we got to use the community service hours.
All right. So is there any last message you guys want to push out to our colleagues and any of the viewers today?
I think the thing that has compelled me and motivated me to be involved with this is that the money that I see being donated, at least back to my unit, goes directly for students. It's not like it's just buying paper or
overhead,
or buying me the ball gown I think I should get to wear next week. It's really for the students. And if there's one thing, I've been at this university 24 years, and one of the things that I cherish most about it is the commitment to students, and that has not changed. Yes, we're a major research university now. We're the 4th largest in the state. We've doubled more than doubled in size since I came here. But the commitment to the students, and that is something faculty hold very dear. So I think that that's where you can put your money in this campaign.
All right, Zach, what about you?
I think for me, as an alumni and then now a staff member at the university, it's important to me to connect kind of at both levels and get faculty that maybe have been here a long time to see that, you know, there are people like me that were students, still believe in the university, still want to be involved, and find ways to, you know, give back to those students and give back to their community. And then also for younger staff members like myself who, you know, we're not at the top of the food chain, but we can still give a little bit, and every little bit does help.
I am with you on that, absolutely.
You know, we don't need to give thousands of dollars of our paycheck every month, but just, you know, having a little bit come out in payroll deduction, you know, it really isn't that noticeable. You know, we're already, you know, paying for insurance and parking and other things. So if it's just a few dollars here or there, it's not impacting our pockets so much, but it really does make a difference for the university.
Right, and the bigger picture is that we all work. We all have families we have to attend to, but you know, we're part of this community. And it's the university community and then the city of Charlotte, the region, and the state. So, you know, we all need to do our share to make sure we're living in the best environment ever.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you both for joining me today. I appreciate your time, and thank you for informing our audience about Giving Green campaign, and hopefully we see a bump up in numbers, and the volunteer projects are filled, and the biggest thing is not about how much you donate, it's the fact that you donate, and the fact that you volunteer, the fact that you participate. All right, good deal. Well, that is going to wrap us up for today's Livewire edition. We're going to close out with a video about the Giving Green campaign for 2015.
The following has been approved for all UNC Charlotte audiences. Last year, UNC Charlotte employees were on a mission, and they made a statement, a big one. Our employees gave green with a passion, with pride, and even with Norm. They gave green because
UNC Charlotte cares about its students and we care about the community.
I love this university, its people, its spirit.
We're all one family.
I think it's the only responsible thing we can do as a UNC Charlotte community.
now it's 2015 and this year's mission is not impossible. These two want to make an even bigger statement. The Giving Green campaign. Starting September 29th.